We've seen stories like this all over college campuses. At least I've heard of a few of them. Maybe I shouldn't say all over, but now Penn State goes woke. University will drop male-centric terms like freshman and senior. I didn't know senior was really a male-centric term, unless they're talking about the Hispanic version of it, señor, as well as the words he and her in a bid to become more inclusive. Wow. Well, we've seen so many stories like this. Short story, but this particular one. I'm going away on vacation for a couple weeks. I need a break. I got to get away from this stuff. It's going to be great not to have to read stories like this and deal with these kind of things. I'll miss all the comments I get, though. In April, the university's Senate Committee on Curricular Affairs passed the removal of gendered and binary terms from course and program descriptions. The Senate recommended replacing freshman, sophomore, junior, senior with first year, second year, etc. Other recommendations include replacing underclassmen and upperclassmen with lower division and upper division. The phrase him or her will also be replaced with them in a bid to become gender neutral. So apparently they have a problem with one of the two genders that exists. Reaction to the resolution online has been mixed, with some people mocking the move as a failed attempt to be woke. The phrase upperclassmen was condemned for being both sexist and classist. While the new rules also lashed Penn State's existing documentation for many appearances by he/she pronouns, the bill was one of several equity and diversity resolutions to pass at the Senate's April 27th meeting. Penn State News reported, and that's their school Senate, so just not our United States Senate, although they'll get there. The changes for gendered terms would apply to all written materials, including both internal and outward-facing documents, Fox News reported. Its members suggested replacing gendered pronouns with neutral terms like student, faculty member, or staff member. Other recommendations included replacing underclassmen and upperclassmen with lower division and upper division. The Senate also called for the term super seniors to be axed. That refers to students who have taken longer than the usual 4 years to complete their studies. Over fears the moniker could make some of them self-conscious. Honestly, I didn't know that the term super senior applied to college individuals as well. I thought that was only a high school thing. We actually had one of those at our high school. He was held back a year, so he was 19 by the time he graduated, maybe close to 20. Strange gentleman he was, that's for sure. But I didn't know that that applied to college, because if I calculated my time starting at junior college and then working towards my bachelor's degree, I took longer than 4 years. I think I took 4.5. I don't think I went 5. I believe it was 4.5, so would I be a somewhat super senior? And people have different things going on in life. Talking about people who maybe have to work and can't take a full load of courses. Things happen, people need to take a semester off here and there. I don't know that people would really be self-conscious about that, would you? Would you be really that much of a vagina where you would be self-conscious about that? Stuff happens in life. I think by the time you're of super senior age, that would mean you're 22, 23, that you'd have grown up and grown out of that stuff, right? To where you would let those kind of terms define you in any kind of way. The resolution also conceded that old terms, including male and female pronouns, may be required in courses, such as gender studies classes. So they get to keep it for their own gender studies classes. Okay, the committee recognizes that there may be places where these terms, especially gender terms, may need to remain intact. For example, in the case of courses or degrees that delve into gender studies, the resolution said, in such cases, efforts shall be made to clearly delineate between the academic study of these gendered terms and the newly established nomenclature, as it would apply to faculty, staff, students, and guests. I would love to see something. I just thought of something that's funny, that with their gender studies degrees and all this ridiculous stuff, perhaps now, as we're getting into this woke culture, as they love to call it, that we can start having, this is giving birth, so to speak, which only a female can do. It's giving birth to new fields of study. Now you can actually study this kind of stuff. You can actually get a degree in all of this terminology, the nomenclature as they call it. I've got a degree in modern nomenclature with a minor in gender studies that's specific to the female anatomy of... You get what I'm saying. All of this ridiculousness is giving birth to potentially new careers and new job titles and new things that can be studied. Are you really getting rid of such terminology as freshman and sophomore? Because I have a child at the main campus, and I am at about my wit's end with all of this stupidity. Aren't you embarrassed to be a laughingstock? Penn State University will always be a laughingstock for the most part because it's always going to be associated with Jerry Sandusky and to be known as Pedo State University. That's a title that most individuals, maybe not the younger millennials, older ones for sure. That's what PSU is known for, is Pedo State University. Aren't you afraid the PC police will arrest you for using terms like dad and daughter? So naughty. Somebody says, oh my God, obviously, who the hell cares? College campuses are quickly becoming complete jokes. Glad I went to college before academics went completely crazy. I don't know that it all has. I went to college during a different time. I started college in the early 2000s and finished up with my master's about 2007. Actually, take that back. I started in 99, finished up in 2007 with my master's degree. So you see, I wasn't going through at a super rapid pace myself. But times were different and my degree was in business and finance and everything, so I didn't have to deal with these kind of things. So it's often difficult for me to understand how people get this way and how these kind of insignificant things matter to them to where they sit around all day and come up with edict to change the nomenclature. I went to school to study business, to gain useful experience, to make connections, and put myself in a position to get a good job when I got out. That was all I was focused on. Other degrees and majors, apparently that's not the case, and times change. I wonder if business programs are different now than when I was going through them 15, 16, 17 years ago. Here's something I didn't know. This is true, I don't know. We'll assume it. I guess Penn State grads don't have an alma mater anymore. I mean, nourishing mother. So mater, meaning nourishing mother. Is that the case? So cis and ungender neutral. Maybe it should be alma they. Great to see we are focused on such important issues like this in the United States. Exactly. The announcement drew mixed criticism from people online, with some calling the move the school's attempt to be woke, as I mentioned above. Here's the key takeaway, though. And this is what I said when I was talking about Oklahoma University in the story I did where they ditched the homecoming king and queen title. Here's the key thing to take away. While reaction to the resolution has been mixed online, students at Penn State do not seem to mind. 88.75% of the students at the university approved of the change. Campusreform.org reported. There you have it. That's their environment, and they're making these changes. They've gotten to a point where they feel like these are the things that matter to them. I guess old heads, we can say what we want, but priorities for the younger generation. I like it. It's about time, says someone. The up and down votes don't seem to side with this individual. The insanity seems unending. Penn State sounds too much like men hate. I'm offended. This guy right here. Well, it's about time. The more woke, the better. One can never be too woke. I would assume this individual's being cynical, but he really got downvoted pretty hard. How does senior mean males? It's like I said, man, you got to get with that Spanish. Senor. Got to roll your R's too. Senor, not senora. Senor, masculine. Senora, female. The Nittany Lions have been declawed. Not so happy valley now. What a sad time for humanity when idiots are ruling the world. Make it stop. This is idiocy. Helmsman G is jumping with joy. He is laser focused. We are twiddling our thumbs. It's just a matter of time now. Perhaps. On that note, everyone, as I said, thanks for tuning in whenever you're seeing this video. I'm headed off. I got to be off of here for a couple weeks. Got to go off. Do some vacation stuff. Head out, get some hiking in. Go to a state that doesn't have a mask mandate so I can be free, even though it's not like I'm rolling around wearing a mask around this state that I'm in right now anyway. That being said, it's going to be great. It's going to be great to get away. So I wish you all well, and I hope that you all get to get away as well. A lot of insanity going on out there. We always have to stay in tune with this, even when we're away on vacation, and I'm not making videos. You not making videos if you are a content creator yourself. You watching videos, but we need the time to unplug a little bit. But of course, we still stay connected because a lot of crazy stuff can happen in a couple weeks, and I'm willing to bet that it will. Oh, thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, be well, and seek some time away of your own.